Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. The time is 8:51 a.m. We are considering revocation cases this morning. My name is Cheryl Renatz. I'll be serving as chairman of today's parole panel. And my colleagues on the panel today are Mr. Danny BAYOU, Mr. Pete Freeman. And we are seated at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge. I'd like to have our staff here introduce themselves for the record.
Jesse Thompson, Parole.
And our first remote location this morning is at Concordia Parish Detention Center. And you are Mr. Malbrough.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is TYKWAUN MALBROUGh, 765-949.
Okay, and are you by yourself in that room? Okay, so we're here for a revocation decision this morning. Do you have any paperwork there with you?
I ain't got no. I got the paperwork that they just came the other day. They issued.
Is it called a parole revocation questionnaire?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you sign that piece of paper at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, based on that information, Mr. Malbrough, you're not eligible for us to appoint you a lawyer. So are you ready to proceed without a lawyer, or you want to hire a lawyer?
Let's see what I want.
Okay, your case this morning has been assigned to Mr. Freeman. I'll turn it over to him.
Okay, Mr. Marlborough, I'm gonna read your violations, and as we go through them, you can plead guilty or not guilty with or without a statement, okay?
Yes,
Upon release, I'll report no later than 48 hours probation parole office, Department of Public Safety, which is listed on the certificate. You failed to report in person probation and parole following your release on good time. How do you plead to that charge?
I'm gonna plead guilty because I ain't had no ride. I ain't had no.
Okay. All right.
And nowhere to get.
Okay, I will submit monthly reports to the 5th of every month until I complete my supervision. I will not report to my parole officer in order to do so. I will report to my parole officer in order to do so. At this time, Agent Gillard provided evidence concerning this violation. Agent Gillard referred back to testimony number 1 when you didn't report. At the time, I asked TYKWAUN MALBROUGh whether he had any evidence to present or wanted to make a statement. Marlborough stated he did not contact his officer, but did have an address to provide. So you got a new address now?
I got a new address written on my paper in the dorm. I ain't had nowhere. My grandma died from 682 Martin Luther King. That's where I came home to 682 Martin Luther King, Marksville, Louisiana. My grandma gone, so that house was, I ain't have no address to go home to.
All right. Let's look at number 3. That's the main. I will live at the address on the certificate. If I must move from this address, I will get permission from the parole officer before doing so. In addition, I will not leave the state of Louisiana without written permission from my parole officer. Okay, they saying you went to Pennsylvania without permission. How do you plead?
I tried to get in touch with him. You heard me? Because my baby mama do that CNA traveling shit. My bad. She do that CNA traveling. She was nurse. Her and my little boy was in Pennsylvania. So when I got released, you heard me, I ain't had nowhere to go. She told me to give my PO the address. So when I called him and I got in touch with him, he told me to go take up to a month. You hear me? And in that month when I was in Marksville, he put up to my sister's house looking for me, and I went there at that time. You hear me? I was in Marksville. So my partners hurried and got in touch with me. And they told me to get in touch with the parole officer. So when I did get in touch with him, he said he was putting a warrant out on me.
Were you in Pennsylvania when you got in touch with him?
So I went in Pennsylvania.
He said he wasn't.
He said he wasn't, but the probation officer said he was in Pennsylvania.
I told him that's why I was going to.
Did you ever go to Pennsylvania?
Hello?
Did you ever go to Pennsylvania?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you have permission to go?
I ain't had nowhere to go. I was homeless. I had nowhere to go, nowhere to stay.
So you went, even though, I mean, and it says, the parole officer said he didn't think you'd be approved for compact and as I was an ex-compact commissioner, probably if you're not married, they probably wouldn't have approved compact.
Yes, sir. I ain't had nowhere to go at all.
Okay, so number 9, that's gonna be pretty much the same thing. I agree to visits at my residence or place of employment by my parole officer at any time. I also agree to searches of my personal property, residence, and or vehicle when reasonable suspicion exists that I am or have been engaged in criminal activity. Okay, that's the same thing. So that's, you didn't have nowhere to go, and so you left and you went to Pennsylvania.
Ain't got no charges. They just trying to charge you. They really just saying a scandalous, but scandalous is a charge, but they ain't charged. I ain't got no charge. I'm on no bind. You hear me?
Right.
I'm on hold.
Okay, and your supervision fees, you were $315 delinquent. How you plead?
I'll pay that and I'll give you a good address.
Where's the good address at?
It's in the dome. I got it written down on my
I mean, where at? What state?
in Marksville, Louisiana. Marksville, Louisiana.
May I ask you this, why do you choose to go to work release? Why you told them you didn't want to go to work release? You shouldn't even be in front of us today. You could have went to work release.
I ain't never told nobody I ain't want to go to work release, sir. I ain't tell nobody that.
Okay, I think that's, all right. So you have no problem with work release? Because I think it would give you a chance to put some money in the bank and then be ready to go. Okay, I have further questions.
Were you, let me go back to the work release, the offer of work release. The notes say that you were offered work release, but that you declined, saying you preferred to enter the Salvation Army program in Baton Rouge.
That's where I was trying to go to Salvation Army. I told my parole officer that I would like to go to Salvation Army for the remainder of my parole.
So you did decline.
No, I ain't refused. I ain't declined. I asked them, can I? Asked them in consideration. I really try to see if I was on a 90-day tick, on the tick. You know, it really ain't nothing serious.
I see. All right. Well, we have somebody here, I think, on Zoom. Is she here? We have Whitney Williams, the mother of your child, who would like to say a few words. Ms. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
There you are. We can't see you. Your camera must be off, but what would you like us to know? What would you like to say?
I really don't know about the work release part, but I know that he did come with me. Well, he came meet me in Pennsylvania because he didn't have anywhere to go. He was staying on the street, but he did inform his probation officer. He did tell him it would take a month. He signed some paperwork to the Pennsylvania address. So I'm not sure if that was the address change paperwork or anything. And I also wanted to ask about the will he be able to go to work release and how long will he be able to go? Because I go on labor October 9th.
Okay. No, hopefully we can address those questions when we vote.
If he just have to pay the three, I think he said $315.
Well, do you want to address the Pennsylvania issue?
I mean, as far as the Pennsylvania issue goes, he's got to do an interstate compact, and every state has different rules. Like you couldn't go to Mississippi because you're not married. So a lot of states won't let you go there if you're not married. A lot of states won't let you go if you don't have kinfolks or family. So it would be totally up to Pennsylvania whether they accepted him. I don't know whether they would or wouldn't, but it would depend on how their rules go. But he'd have to apply and pay the fee and see if his case could get transferred.
Okay, well, was that something that he was supposed to do then? Because now we resign in Louisiana.
Right, yeah, then he should have asked to go down there.
Okay.
You told me what to
Ready to vote?
Yeah, I'm ready to vote.
Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Marlborough, just due to your own testimony, I find you guilty of the violations of 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10. In lieu of revocation, I'm gonna order you to go to work release. I also order that you pay transportation costs to have you brought back to Louisiana.
Mr. Bauer.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and concur with Mr. Freeman, and I'm gonna set that period at work release at 1 year. Give you time to make some money.
All right.
Okay, and my vote is the same. In lieu of revocation, we'll send you to work release, and you got to do that for a period of 1 year.
You know what exact work release I'm gonna get?
DOC decides where you go on that.
Hopefully they'll try to make it close to where you're from.
All right.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is now at Louisiana Correctional Institute for Women. Good morning, Warden. Would you and your staff introduce yourself for the record?
Good morning, Kristen Thomas, Warden.
Tara P, ARDC Manager.
Valencia Bennett, ARDC Specialist.
Ian Ron, Lieutenant.
All right, thank you. And we have Ms. Stewart here before us. Ms. Stewart, would you introduce yourself, please? Tell us your
Yes.
name, your DOC number.
My name is Lisa Stewart. My DOC number is 726-181.
Okay, before we get started, I'm just going to read some identifying information into the record, Ms. Stewart, and then I'm going to turn over to Mr. Byron. Your case has been assigned to him. He'll introduce, we have a room full of people here, and we have some on Zoom, and he'll introduce all those people
Yes,
at
ma'am.
the appropriate time. But first, let me just read this information in the record. You are classified as a first felony offender. You were sentenced January 19th, 2018. You received a 15-year hard labor for a manslaughter conviction in East Baton Rouge Parish. You do have a mandatory release date, a good time date in September. It's September 9th, 2027. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mr. Byron.
All right. Why don't you tell us what you did to get into jail and what have you done since that would make us want to consider releasing you early?
In 2015, May 11th, Mother's Day, I accidentally stabbed my baby's father and he passed away. I take full responsibility for my actions and I can't take it back, and I wish I could. But I've grown since then through the time of incarceration. I've learned to be a better person, not so angry as I used to be in my younger years of living. I also learned self-control. I also learned self-worth. I also learned how to be, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm just nervous. I also learned how to self-control, and I also learned responsibility, and I also learned discipline. I've been working since I've been incarcerated, working towards making myself a better person. I'm so nervous, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. But I'm working on becoming better in life with the Parole Project. Thank God for them with the tools that they have I can learn from them even more, which is sub-counseling, case management, reentry, to better myself along the process so I can be able and capable of living on my own in the free world. And hopefully I can just move on with my life and get myself together fully.
You done?
Oh, no, sir, I'm sorry. I'm just so nervous. Please forgive me. I'm so nervous, sir. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I know this is bad. I know this is bad. And Lord knows, I loved George Taylor with all my heart. I've been with him for 10 long years. And I made this mistake that I can't take back. I wish that I could, Lord knows. And I'm so nervous, please forgive me. The night of the incident, we were at family members' house, which were his family members, in-laws, of course. And drinking, of course, and everything was involved. And, time passing. To make the long story short, we ended up going home or whatever. Someone was at my house that he didn't approve of. He told me to take care of it. When I got into there, I didn't do as was told. I got distracted because something was going on and it was told to me, and I got sidetracked from it. Came in after, the argument started. As the argument went on, immediately people left the house or whatever the case may be. I stayed inside, and when he went outside as well with him, when he came back inside, the argument started between us. Words were said, hurtful things were said on both ends. And one thing led to another. And he attacked me, and we were having an altercation or whatever the case may be on the bed. He wouldn't get off. We were fighting, and when I finally did get the strength to get up, I ran in the kitchen and would grab the steak knife. Biggest mistake of my life. When he was coming up, I swung, I missed that one, but when he was coming, I was coming, and then it connected. And then he turned around and he said, "You stabbed me." He went in the bathroom, he was looking at it. When he came back out, he spun around, we came out, and he just fell. I immediately called 911. I swear that was never my intention. I take full responsibility for my actions. And more so, if anything, I just wish that my in-laws could forgive me for what I have done, more so than anything. I'm a changed woman. I'm not that person anymore. I have 7 beautiful kids that I love dearly, and they've also took a loss in both ways, their father and I. And I can't do nothing to change it, but I'm just trying my best still to this day to move forward from it and just work on the tools that I'm getting help with, with the parole project that can help me with the sub-counseling as well, and everything that I need to help me move forward. I'm so sorry, I'm nervous, that's all, please forgive me.
That's good. How many years have you served total right now, as of right now?
11 years and 3 months.
All right. And the 100 hours of pre-release, have you taken that?
No, sir.
Right. And what about any substance abuse classes? Have you taken those?
I'm currently in substance abuse right now as we speak. I've taken Sisters Keeper, which is a domestic violence class. And that's all I was able to maintain while my incarceration being incarcerated at LCIW. The time I've been here, I came last year, October of 28.
One time, do you have anything to share with us about
Yes,
her, baby?
good morning.
Morning.
Like Ms. Stewart mentioned, she arrived last October, so she hasn't even made it quite a year with us, but she has already started participating in various programming with us. She actually is a minimum custody inmate with us and works at headquarters with the janitorial crew. We've had 0 disciplinary issues with Ms. Stewart since she has arrived. I know that she has met with the parole project, and I'll probably let Mr. Myers kind of go into detail on what that would look like if she were to be granted today. But like I said, she goes to work every day at headquarters, and we have not had any issues with Ms. Stewart since she's been here with us.
Thank you. All right, let's hear from Mr. Myers then.
Good morning, Kerry Myers with the Louisiana Parole Project. We're here on behalf today of Lisa Stewart. Lisa has served at this point more than 2/3 of her sentence. She spent most of her years of the a little over 11 years she's been incarcerated at smaller institutions where where programming wasn't as readily available as it is at LCIW. However, parole
Christie, do you want to take over briefly as Christie's on?
Yes.
I apologize. I don't know if it's my connection here. It's struggling a little bit this morning. But we are prepared to assist Lisa in her transition. She will have a case manager. As you see, all the support there she has at headquarters. Her case manager actually is present there in the room. So she will have a
I think we're pretty well rehearsed in what he has to offer.
yeah. Thank you.
I'm Lindsay Lewin, Miss Stewart's counsel. I've spoken extensively with Mr. Myers as well as Miss Christie, who's president of the Parole Project today. I can grab Miss Christie from outside. If you have any other questions from her, she would be Miss Stewart's case manager when released to the project.
Thank you.
All right. We also have Mr. Jimmy Stewart, her brother, who's in support and wants to speak. Mr. Jimmy Stewart, can we get him?
Hello, how y'all doing?
Good.
I'm Jimmy Stewart. I'm Lisa Stewart brother. I was around when the incidents and stuff like that was going on. I could say the time she been in there, I've been providing money on her phone, money on her books. Not only that, I've been talking to her and giving her scriptures and stuff like that. Not only that, I see a different transition. I see that God has really worked on her life, and I see a new person because the old has passed and the new has become. And I see that she's walking into her new ways, and she shows that by actions. And she's a new person, and not only a new person, a new mother. Put it like that. Me saying a new mother because she owned up to her responsibilities. And not only that, she's changed while she was incarcerated. And she worked on herself. And she take full accountability for the mistakes that she did make in the past. And we all make mistakes. I even made mistakes myself. And I could say none of us is not perfect. The thing about it is, the beautiful thing about a mistake that you learn from it and you gain from it because you know better, and you know better not to do no more wrong. So the time that she been locked up in there, I seen a lot of transition. I seen that she's really focused, and I see that she's really willing to take those steps. And I see that God has been working on her as well. And it'll be most grateful and most kindly if y'all grant her another chance to get everything right and do everything right this time.
Thank you for your input. We also have in favor a daughter, Miss Marlasia Scott. Hope I got that right. Who would like to speak?
And Committee Member Barris, all of the children who are present today are Miss Lisa Stewart and Mr. George Taylor's children. I've spoken with them about whether or not they wanted to say anything. I don't believe any of them wish to say anything directly to the committee, but they wanted every member of the committee present today to know that they are here in support of their mother's needs. Ms. Marlasia Stewart being the oldest of her children. Is that correct? Yes.
Okay. So in favor, we have Christy Sheremy, the Parole Project, who's here, not speaking. Leah Stewart, a daughter, so in support, not speaking. Brianna Taylor, a daughter, who's in support, not speaking. Michaela Williams, a niece, in support, not speaking. Jordan Drake, a nephew, in support, not speaking. Jaden Taylor, a son, in support and not speaking. George Taylor, a son, in support, not speaking. Janisha Powers, a niece, in support, not speaking. Jared Taylor, a son, in support and not speaking. And Jalen Taylor, a son, in support and not speaking. We do have some opposition. We're going to move on to the opposition. Ms. Kira Thompson, the victim's sister, and she is opposed and on Zoom. All right, hold on a second. Let's hear from the lawyer first. I thought you had already spoke.
I'm here. My phone lost service.
Well, let's hear from the lawyer.
Good morning, members of the committee. Thank you for allowing me to appear in front of you today. My name is Lindsay Blewett, and I'm the attorney for Ms. Lisa Stewart. At the risk of being redundant, I provided a full brief to the committee detailing the work that Ms. Stewart has undertaken entirely of her incarceration. This is a bit of a unique experience for me today, I will confess. I had the privilege of representing Ms. Lisa when she was pre-trial. I was her public defender. I was the individual who counseled her and advised her to take the 15-year sentence in this case. And one of the things I told Lisa when she accepted that sentence and that responsibility was that if she ever needed anything in the future, no matter where I was, that I would be there for her. Lisa spent 3 years pre-trial in her case. And so I had the opportunity to get to know her very well. One of the things that was very clear to me from both the time I met her to today is that Lisa is an incredibly hard worker. Lisa has grieved the loss of her partner, George, throughout this entire process. This is a loss that she will spend the rest of her life grieving. And the impact it's had on her children is something she never forgets. Even from the time she was pre-trial, she was accessing programs at the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison that allowed her extended visitation time so that she could have access to her children. There were parenting classes and trustee status that if you obtained them at the parish prison, that you qualified for extended visitation, especially contact visitation. So she continued to try to raise her children from jail and support her sisters. After she was sentenced and transferred to Richland, she had a lack of access to available programming. However, once she transferred to Tallulah, she very quickly enrolled in all available programs and became a trustee. And we see that continued dedication to hard work continued when she transferred to LCIW just this past summer. Lisa transferred as a trustee from Tallulah to LCIW, but had no problem working her way back up. She was initially assigned to the kitchens when she was transferred to LCIW. But she worked that job hard, she applied for programs, and ultimately, as the warden has already said, she is, in Lisa's words, a status 1 trustee who works in this area. She is enrolled currently in substance abuse counseling. As Mr. Myers has already spoken to, she will be able to continue any of that program while she is in the reentry program. Additionally, she's applied and done some of her 1,000 hours of pre-release, but she still has classes to obtain. One of the most difficult things about Lisa's sentence during that particular time frame, I would say, is that COVID hit while she was actually. Lisa was in program prior to that shutdown of those programs did delay her ability to complete these programs, and then ultimately being transferred to LCIW, she's had to re-enroll. But what you can see from her DOC history is that Lisa does not allow setbacks to then cause her to fall off the wagon. She doubles down and she works harder. The most important thing to Ms. Stewart is that she has an opportunity to get back to her children as soon as she possibly can. And one of the things that I am very, very excited about is that she has the opportunity to work with the Parole Project's reentry program. Christy is going to be her case manager. She's already met with their social worker to talk about counseling. There is absolutely additional counseling Ms. Stewart wants to continue to participate in with the reentry project. She's also going to be living there in their redemption home as well. She has a tremendous amount of family support. We want her to succeed. But I think most important, she has the structure and the commitment of the Parole Project's reentry program to ensure that she is a success. And then lastly, I would add that the world is a small and circular place. I think we can all agree. Almost 11 years ago, I was a brand new public defender representing a woman charged with a very, very serious offense. Today, I stand before you, the Director of Legal Services for the YWCA of Greater Baton Rouge, who operates a pro bono women's legal program that works with individuals who are victims of domestic violence. It is that reason that I'm able to be back in Ms. Lisa Stewart's life and representing her today. But additionally, the YWCA will be supporting the Parole Project's reentry program in any way that they need. We offer workforce development, we offer housing, we offer early childhood education, we offer education programming. We also offer civil legal services as well. And so we are going to be working hand in glove with Christy and Mr. Myers for whatever additional supports they need to make sure that the net that is woven underneath Lisa to ensure that she does not fall through the cracks, but instead succeeds, is tightly woven and there to support. So I would ask this committee to consider granting Ms. Stewart parole and allowing her to begin that term.
All right, thank you. We have one more person who's unopposed in support. The victim's brother, Frank Taylor, has told the victim assistance coordinator that he was unopposed. All right, now we move on to the opposition. We have Kira Thompson, the victim's sister, who's here on Zoom and would like to speak.
I'm here.
All right, go ahead and proceed. Tell us what you got.
I don't feel like she should get out on early parole. My brother is gone and not coming back. And what she did was not a mistake. It was a choice. And I mean, his other daughter is living this without him. And she needed him too. We all needed him. And he stole that from us. Like, we have to go and look at a grave site. And I feel like she shouldn't get out early because she already got a slap on the wrist by killing my brother. So no, I feel that she should not get out early. I am a voice for my brother.
All right, thank you for your input. We also have Janara Taylor, the victim's daughter, who's on Zoom and would like to speak.
Hello, I'm here. I feel like she should not get off on parole because at the end of the day, yeah, she's saying that it was accidental, but at the same time, you knew when you picked up that knife, you was going to take someone's life with it. Like she said she swung the first time, you missed. Why would you swing again and you had a weapon in your hand, in your possession? I feel like at that point, she knew it was in game for him and she tried to take him out. At the end of the day, as far as those kids go, I feel like me and Kiara, my auntie, is their support. None of her family on their end support those kids or help those kids in any way, form, or fashion. Do I feel like she learned her lesson? No. I feel like she's going to have a reset and it's going to happen to someone else. They just haven't clicked her buttons yet. At the age of 13, I lost my daddy. I didn't have a voice. And I feel like he didn't have a voice either because on both parties, it was a domestic dispute. I feel like if it was to come down to terms of him reporting the incident, it was either her or him, and it was going to be him. So now I feel like today I am his voice, and I feel like she has not learned her lesson, and I feel like she's just coming to terms with wanting to do this early parole, yes, so she can have another chance at freedom. My dad is never coming back. He don't have a second chance at life. She does. But at the same time, I feel like she needs to ride this whole 15-year sentence out because at the end of the day, my daddy didn't have a voice. This man is never coming back. He didn't even get the chance to attend my senior graduation. My dad missed a lot. I went through physically depression. She don't even know what I've been through when she made the mistake, or as she say, the mistake she's made. It's no coming back. Yes, it's the past, but at the same time, I have to live with that, with me losing my parent. So no, I feel like she do not have to get off on early parole. And that's all I really just have to say.
Thank you very much. We also have in opposition the victim's girlfriend, Kenesha Victor, which she is not speaking, I don't think. Is she here? On Zoom? No, not speaking. All right. I guess we'll move on to questions. I do have a question. What have you learned through your time incarcerated? What have you learned that would be important?
I've learned structure, responsibility, and I also learned how to never take anything for granted, not even the littlest things. Is it okay if I could say anything to the opposition?
Make it brief.
I just want to say, I understand how y'all feel, and I'm sorry. I know it's nothing I can say to take back what I have done. I truly understand. And I hope that one day that y'all will be able to find in your hearts to forgive me. Whether if it's my freedom on the line or not. I want to say I truly apologize.
All right. Thank you. Macaulay, you have any questions?
I do. I have a couple. I noticed in the reports that we get, that we review, you have no disciplinary write-ups for your entire term of incarceration.
No, ma'am.
How'd you manage that?
I'm not a troublemaker, ma'am. I swear to you, I've just made the biggest mistake in my life that I can't take back.
So I also saw, what is your level of education?
My level of education, I dropped out in the 6th grade.
And what I saw was that you're on the waiting list for literacy. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you enrolled in it yet?
No.
Right. And some of the other programs, I think you mentioned them. You are enrolled in substance abuse. That's right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thinking for Change, you did that?
I didn't complete it due to COVID. That was one of the classes I didn't complete.
Okay, I see. That's one of the things that your lawyer mentions. Okay, that's all I had, Mr. Marlon.
I have.
Freeman, you got any questions?
No, sir.
I'll ask for the executive session.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Byron, second by Mr. Freeman for executive session. I agree. So without objection, we're gonna, but you can keep your seats. We're gonna step out. We'll be in executive session for a few moments. back in regular session. It is 9:47 a.m. And we are prepared to vote. Mr. Barrow.
All right. Before the vote, though, I need to put on the record that we do have opposition also from law enforcement, saying that she would want to serve, they would rather see her serve it to her good time date, which is next year, August 20th of 2027. However, today, after serious consideration, I am gonna grant conditionally to the parole project for 1 year. But she must complete all the statutory required classes before she can go to the parole project, meaning the 100 hours pre-release and the literacy classes, all the statutory required programs before she goes there, and then follow up with parole project.
Mr. Freeman.
I concur with Mr. Barrow.
And as do I, Ms. Stewart, you've done a lot of work, and I do hear what the victims who are here in opposition had to say, but I believe the resources are in place to help you succeed. You get out, you'll get some credit, good time credit for your the classes that you have to take. So that's going to move up, and that's a mandatory release date anyway. But I think it's imperative that the resources that have been laid out for us today is critical to your success. So today you've been granted. You got a little work to do beforehand. And then you'll go to the parole project for their programs. Good luck to you. All right, good morning. We are the Committee on Parole and we are now at BAYOU DORCHEAT. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And is this Mr. Sanders?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful.
Would you tell us your name and DOC number?
Marlon D. Sanders, 397172.
Okay, we have a document we're going to put up on the screen for you. Stand by. It'll be up there in just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you see that document there?
Yes, ma'am.
And you signed that in June of this year. Is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Dated June the 9th. So, Mr. Sanders, based on the information contained on that form and questions that were asked of you by probation and parole, it was determined you're not eligible for us to appoint you a lawyer. Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
ready to proceed this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your case was assigned to me. So the way this will happen is I'm going to read the allegations,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
alleged rule violations, and then you'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, and then we'll talk about it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So first, you're accused of violating these conditions. We have several instances of violating condition number 4, which has to do with being involved in criminal activity. So the first instance says, on January 7, 2026, you committed unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling, resisting an officer, traffic laws apply to persons riding bicycles, which was a misdemeanor. You were arrested by Mendon PD and booked into BAYOU DORCHEAT on those 3 offenses. They're currently pending in the 26th Judicial Court. Well, you pled guilty to resisting an officer May 18th, 2026. And in that case, you received a sentence of time served. So how do you plead to violating that instance of condition number 4?
On a resisting officer.
Well, everything I said, unauthorized entry, resisting an officer, and the traffic laws regarding the bicycle.
But the unauthorized entry was dismissed. I had an affidavit written. The judge dismissed it. So I pleaded guilty to resisting the officer.
So do you plead guilty or not guilty to violating condition number 4, the criminal activity?
I plead guilty.
Okay. Next is another instance. It says in October of 2025, October 6th, you were presented with a conditional drug screen. You admitted to using THC in jail. You were referred to active recovery for substance abuse classes, and you were given a verbal reprimand. So how do you plead to that violation?
I plead guilty.
Okay. We have another one in January 2026. You admitted to your arresting Mendon police officer, Officer Booker, that you were under the influence of illegal substances. How do you plead to that one?
Not guilty.
Okay. Then condition number 8. And this goes back again. You were referred in October of 2025 to the substance abuse classes at active recovery, but you failed to get enrolled as of January 7, 2026.
Yes, ma'am. I plead not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then the last one has to do with your fees. It says, this is as of January 7th of 2026, you've not made any payments toward your supervision fees. You still show that you owe $65 in processing fee and that you're behind in your supervision fee account. At that time, it was $126. So how do you plead with regard to being late on your fees?
Guilty, ma'am.
All right, so tell us what happened. I see where you did plead guilty to the resisting an officer.
Tell you what happened?
Yeah, we want to know what happened. Explain it all to us.
All right. On January 7th, ma'am, I had someone bicycle. and she told me to return her bike. Upon returning her bike, she told me to come in the house. She said the police outside. I panicked, I was afraid, and I acted out of pure stupidness. So I ran the back door. I ran the back door, they grabbed me, they put me in the police car. I asked them what I was being arrested for. They said, well, you ran a stop sign while I was on a bicycle. Not once have I ever heard of that offense, but that's why they were behind me. All right. When I came to jail, they booked me in upon the unauthorized entry also. So my mom and my daughter went by the residence to talk to the people. They wrote an affidavit saying I did not run in their house without consent. The woman told me to go in the house, and I went in the house. That's why when I went to court on May 18th, the unauthorized entry charge was dismissed. All right. Since I've been here 7 months. Since I've been here, I've been doing good. I participated in Celebrate Recovery. I even got these certificates that I earned since I've been here. You know what I'm saying? For being a leadership, hospitality of the dorms. And I've been doing some deep soul searching since I've been here. And I came up with 5 things I need to do to be productive in society. And one of them is get my life right with Christ, because all things are possible through the man above. Another one, do away from being around negativity so I can add some positive into my life. And 3, start accepting and embracing the love and support from my family and loved ones because they want me to do right and do better. And 2, immediately when I get out, go enroll in substance abuse. And my reason for not being in substance abuse, when I was out there, I went, and my parole officer know I went, but I didn't have Medicaid. You have to have Medicaid to be enrolled. But now that my Medicaid is renewed, that wouldn't be a problem. And last but not least, continue to follow all conditions of my parole. When I was out, I reported every month. I had a 9 o'clock curfew 7 days a week. I was in before 9. And I always be honest with them. You know what I'm saying? My past encounters with my parole officer, they said, always be honest, and they'll help me out in situations when I need them. So with that being said, I learned a lot since I've been gone these 7 months. I really have, you know, and I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired. The life of crime, I'm trying to put it behind me. I truly am. You know, why did I run? I'm not here to make no excuses. I ran the back door, but I was so afraid. I just recently got out like 3 months before this. I was trying to do the right thing. She told me to bring her bike back, and I was trying to bring the bike back like she told me to. But when the police was outside, I panicked. I truly panicked. If I don't run, I wouldn't be sitting right here now, because I would have just had run stop sign on a bicycle. I never heard of that, you know. When I was on a bicycle, I looked both ways. I ain't see no car coming, so I just went across the street, you know. And the police got behind me for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you wrote us several letters, and I can see why you're tired. You're classified as a 6th offender.
Yes, man, I'm truly tired.
You wrote us some letters, and you said something about some headphones. You believe that the headphones contributed to your running. How in the world is that playing?
No, not because I ran. I didn't know they were behind me. I had headphones on. I didn't know the police behind me. When I got in the house, the woman said the police outside. I said the police outside. Then ma'am.
So when she told you that, that's when you ran.
That's when I ran the back. If I don't have them like I wrote you in that letter, Miss Vanessa, if I don't have them headphones on, I stopped then, because I would have knew they were behind me, or I would have heard them or whatever. I would have stopped. You would have told me.
It's scared again too.
Ma'am.
Yeah, you would have been scared then too, wouldn't you been? You're not, yeah.
No, I don't, because he would have been up on me. He would have I think the situation would have played out differently. Because when I got to the house, I don't know if the police there for me, or I don't know if something they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was just, like I say, I panicked. I truly panicked. I lost all train of thought when because this first time, the last time I was out this time, is better than I ever did in a long time. Dealing with my parole officers and being in society. You know, I had a little odd job working, you know what I'm saying, trying to work, you know what I'm saying, cleaning yards and stuff. I was just trying.
You got out October the 5th.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
You started, you know, you on October the 6th, they drug screened you and you admitted you used marijuana. Now that was while you were in jail?
Yes, back to what I was saying. My past experience with my parole law, they said always be honest. So I was honest with him and I told him that, you know. He said, never lie to me. If you lie to me, I won't help you. You be honest with me, I can help you. So that's how me having to go to substance abuse came about.
All right, I'm gonna defer to my colleagues. Mr. Sanders, I don't have any other questions at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
But you think you would need some substance abuse, huh?
I wasn't using this time, but I wasn't using.
Yeah.
Man, sir.
You were using it in jail. You just said you were using it in jail.
Upon my release, when I was out on the streets, I wasn't using it at all. I really overcame that burden in my life.
Then why were you using it in jail then?
Why did I use it in jail?
Yeah.
I have no excuse. I mean, I don't even know why I use it.
You'd overcome it, you said just now, and then you're saying you're using it.
My drug abuse was me dealing with crystal meth. I haven't used that in over 2.5 years. I've been doing good by that. Like, I really have. My family know it, you know what I'm saying? My family been supporting me because I beat that. And I feel great about that. Now, why did I use that marijuana in jail? I'm not here to make no excuse about that. But I can be honest with you and tell you that I did use it in jail.
All right. That's all the questions I have.
I don't have it.
All right, I'm not sure that you're telling us the whole story. I think you are, but then we talked earlier about when the Menden guy, police officer arrested you, it says you admitted that you were under the influence of illegal substances, and that was in January.
Amen.
January 7th.
Not trying to cut you off, ma'am, not at all. When that man said that, I myself requested for him to drug screen me in booking, and he denied it. He wouldn't even do it, just so I could prove to him that I wasn't under influence. He said I was under influence. Right. I'm not lying to you. I promise you, I haven't used in over 2 years. I beat that, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Oh, you should be. I agree. All right. I'm worried about you because you haven't done well. You have, multiple prior revocations. You haven't done well on supervision in the past. You're a 6th offender. You do have a lot of time hanging over your head, I think. 3.5 years, I guess. Would that be right? Yeah, 3.5 years. What do you think you need?
Honestly, ma'am, I need to get my life right with Christ. Well, I'm talking about because all things are possible through Christ.
I agree. All right. What can we do to ensure that you succeed? That's on you to do.
Yes, ma'am. I don't have no problem with going to substance abuse.
Okay.
That would help me, All
right.
That's why I did try to enroll when I was out. I just didn't have Medicaid. But now I have Medicaid.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Look, I think I'm ready to vote. I don't know what my colleagues are going to do, but based on what you just said, looking at the record, and I understand the Medicaid can be a time-consuming process. My vote is going to be in lieu of revocation. I want to send you to the substance abuse program. They have one there, I believe, which is the Steve Boyle program. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, that's my recommendation, or my vote rather, that in lieu of revocation, you have to complete the substance abuse program. I'm not gonna set a duration. They know what you need, and that's my vote.
Yes, ma'am.
I concur with Ms. Renatson, same reason, same recommendation.
Mr. Green.
I also concur with you, DOC approved substance abuse treatment.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. We're gonna help you there. That'll just reinforce what you already got, as you said. So in lieu of revocation, we're gonna send you to the substance abuse program. You have to enroll in it and complete it.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you continue on the same path you were on, doing well when you get out. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
All right. This is Mr. Shaw.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, would you introduce yourself to us? Tell us your name and your DOC number.
SIMUEL Shaw, 721972.
All right. So, do you have any paperwork with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, look here, the parole revocation questionnaire is up on your screen. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am, I have that.
Is that your signature down at the bottom of that page?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, based on that information, Mr. Shaw, you're not eligible for us to appoint you a lawyer, so you're ready to proceed without a lawyer today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. BAYOU. Your case has been assigned to him. Mr. BAYOU.
I see that, under condition number 4, you had some pending charges that you have been, continuing. You got a trial date of 11/30/26. What do you plan on doing with them charges on 11/30/26?
Get dismissed.
Get them dismissed. You like to continue this hearing until after the outcome of those charges?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we continue this hearing to the outcome of those pending felonies.
Mr. Freeman.
Second.
And I do agree. So, Mr. Shaw, we have voted to continue this matter until after you go to court. Good luck to you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. I'll take care of it.
All right, those, have a seat up there. I'm gonna make sure you get
right, good morning. Still, yes.
Morning.
Committee on Parole, we're now at David Wade Correctional Center. Good morning, Warden. Would you and any staff you have there with you introduce yourselves, please?
Yes, ma'am. Deputy Warden Brenda Ackland.
Michael Formation Evans.
Anna Ralston, classification.
That's all.
Right, well, thank you. And we have before us Mr. Patton. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is Jesse Patton. DOC number is 355-929.
All right, thank you, sir. And I see you have your mother, Ms. Janet Rankin, and your stepfather, Mr. James Rankin, and your mother's going to be speaking on your behalf. We'll call on her to do so at the appropriate time. Your case was assigned to me, so I'm just going to dive right in. So, Mr. Patton, you're, let's see, classified as a second felony offender. You were sentenced June of 2024 for 2 counts indecent behavior with a juvenile. You received a 5-year sentence on 1 count, 4 years on the second count. Those are being served consecutively. So it's a total of 9 years. You have a mandatory release date, which is June 23rd of 2030. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Patton, we're gonna talk to you first. We'll hear from the warden, and then we'll hear from your mother before we reach a decision. So I want to let you know that we do have in our record, we just got it. It's your HiSET score. We just received that report. So that's a great accomplishment. I was really proud to see that for you.
Thank you.
So tell us about the reason for your incarceration.
The reason for my incarceration is I made some bad decisions due to my alcoholism, and I really worked on myself while I've been incarcerated. As far as programs, I've actually written a letter, if you want me to read that at this time, to really sum up everything. Okay. So I've never been good at expressing my thoughts and feelings. So I prayed for God to give me the words to say. Since I've been incarcerated, I've had a lot of time to think about who I was. I was an alcoholic and an addict. I know I was not the man I should have been. I asked God on what to do. So I signed up for the Steve Hull program. I also signed up for the sex offender program. I took these programs very serious, and I got a lot out of them. I realized how selfish I was at being an addict. I've been going to church regularly, and I'm in the 12-step program. With all of this said, I know I have to make amends to everyone that I have harmed. Now, I honestly do not remember doing the things that I was accused of, charged with, and ultimately pled guilty to. The reason I pled guilty was because my lawyer advised me that I could not properly fight my case because of my history of addiction. At the time, I really did not understand because I felt I did not do this. I had a hard time with this. Then I was in church a few weeks ago. During the message, I heard pastor say, "I don't remember, but I do accept." That stuck out so much, I wrote these words in my Bible, and I really thought about it. I've been so confused, but now I had to ask myself, what if just because I don't remember, it really happens? I had to consider this. How would my victims feel? I'm sure hurt and confused. It shook me to my core. The fact is, I don't know. What I do know is I had a substance abuse problem. I need to make sure I set things right for my victims. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for my actions, for everything that hurt and offended them. I apologize for my substance abuse. I should have been a better example. I will say, prison was probably the best thing that could have happened to me. I was out of control. My life was very much unmanageable. Now I'm able to really listen to God with a clear head. I know with the knowledge I have, because I know with the knowledge I now have because God gave me the opportunity for these programs and the wisdom to understand them, I will be a responsible and productive member of society. And I also added about completing my 12-step and my high set as well. And thank you. That's all I have.
Well, thank you. So, tell us about your conduct history.
I do not have any write-ups. I don't have any disciplinary at all.
Good. How long you been in jail?
I have been incarcerated for a little over 5 years now.
So you served 5 years of your 9-year sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
So, get to the page I'm looking for. So when were you arrested?
I was arrested in 21, July, I think, of 21. 23rd, July 23rd of 21. Yes, ma'am.
See that new. Well, we have all the police reports and all the information into the record. I hear you say you don't recall what happened, but we have information that was supplied to us about what happened. So I'm not going to give details other than to say that the victims were children, and the abuse went on for a period of time. I'd like to hear from the warden now. Warden, what can you tell us about Mr. Patton?
Okay, Jesse came to Wade February the 18th of 26, and like he said, he does not have any disciplinary write-ups. He did just complete his GED, and he has completed the 12-step program. He also completed or went through the 4 phases of the Louisiana Risk Management Sex Offender Treatment modules. He did mention the Steve Hoyle. He completed that prior to transferring to Wade. He does have I believe an approved sex offender residence plan, and that is for Halton. I think he plans on working with your stepdad.
Yes,
so he does have a job lined up and an approved residence plan.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ms. Rankin, we'd like to hear from you. What would you like us to know about Jesse?
Thank you for the opportunity of letting me speak. As his mother, I have seen a improvement with Jesse. He has definitely turned around from the man that he was. He is what he was before. His life was out of control due to alcohol, due to drugs. His daddy had passed away suddenly, and this fired him down. But I have seen a miraculous turnaround. I have seen him take every opportunity to do what the facilities have to offer. He eagerly wants to better himself. I've heard him, tell me that the man he was, he's no longer the man that he was. I've also seen that with my own eyes. You can, as a mother, I visit him twice a month. We have good conversations of the future and what he wants to do for his life. He does have a home in place, and then he will be working at Architect Palette. So he is ready for the future as a changed man. And as a mother, I will be there for him to get him. I have supported him the last 5 years and will continue to until he can get on his feet in an established man to live in society and to better himself and be the man he should be.
Well, thank you. We appreciate those words. And now we'll start with our interview of you, Mr. Patton.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
have taken the risk management program. What did
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
and you have read all the record, you know, you say you don't remember, but you know what you used and convicted. So tell us, what did you learn in either the sex offender treatment or the Steve Hoyle, the substance abuse component? What did you learn about yourself? And how
First
did
of all,
that change you?
I learned how selfish I was about my actions altogether, and I know that I am a good person when I am not under the influence of anything. Had I not been, none of this would have ever taken place. And that's what I've learned, just how selfish I was.
You mentioned earlier in when you were reading your letter, you've given thought to the victims,
Yes, ma'am.
taking victim awareness.
I did take victim awareness. That was part of the Steve Hull program. And you know, it was here recently when I was in church that I did kind of have that whole I guess come to Jesus that I don't remember, but I do accept. And then you have to put yourself in their shoes. And that's what I did. And I know they would have to be hurt and confused by that. And I from the bottom of my heart, I apologize.
Okay. Any questions?
I got one question.
Mr. Freeman.
Okay, I know you said you don't remember the act, but what about the possession of pornography involving juveniles? I see originally they had 2 counts of that. Did you have pornography?
I did not, and they dropped those charges against me.
Okay, so there was none found in your house?
No, sir. I had an expert that proved that was actually a CGI, and that's why those were dropped against me.
CGI, go on and tell me what that stand for?
Computer generated. And actually they were found in the cloud, but they did not originate from my device.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? So at this time, Mr. Patton, I'm going to make.
For an executive session, I make a motion, please.
We have a motion for executive session.
Second.
Second by Mr. Byrock. Could you call the roll?
Pete Simon,
Yes.
Maxim,
Yes.
Byrock.
Yeah.
So we'll be in executive session for a few moments to discuss confidential matters. Just stand by. We'll be back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll move to return from executive session without objection. We're back in regular session. It's 10:48. So, Mr. Patton?
Yes, ma'am.
It's time for the vote. I'll be voting first, but I did not mention to you earlier that there is the community attitude, there is opposition to any consideration for early release, and that comes from your sentencing judge, the sheriff, the attorney general, the Bossier City Police. You need to be aware of that. I'm concerned. I believe that there are some aggravating factors here in your case. I'm really impressed with the hard work that you've done with the treatment classes that you've taken and the work that you've done since you've been there at Wade. My vote today, though, is going to be to deny your parole because of the offense, abuse of child victims within the family home, the opposition that I've mentioned to you, multiple victims, and that the conduct occurred over an extended period of time. I think based on those facts, it's insufficient time served. So my vote today is to deny your parole. Mr. Byron?
I concur with Ms. Renata for the same reason.
Mr. Freeman?
I concur for the same reasons. It was a result of a plea bargain.
So, Mr. Patton, today, keep doing the work you're doing. Your day is coming, but today, your parole's been denied, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So, good morning, Mr. Ward.
Yeah, good morning. I took my pre-release the next, you know what I'm saying?
How are you today?
I'm all right.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your DOC number.
Gerald Ward, 3729. Well, that's my DOC number.
372912. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's my DOC.
I got it. And so, you have a guest there. Would you introduce your guest?
Tamika Ward.
What's her relationship to you?
My cousin.
Your cousin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, I got her. And she wants to speak on your behalf, so we'll ask her to do so in just a few minutes. First, let me just read some information. Mr. Ward, you're classified as a third felony offender. You were sentenced as a habitual offender for distribution of Schedule 2. You were sentenced November 10th, 2015 to 25 years hard labor, the first 2 to be served without benefit. That was vacated in 2017, and you were sentenced under the habitual offender law to 25 years. You do have you're not eligible for good time, so your full term date is May 26, 2039. Is that correct?
His actual good time date I'm showing is January the 6th of 2039. He's earned some CTRP credit and and he's lost 90 days forfeiture during that time too. So his date now is January the 6th
All
of
right.
2039.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification.
You're welcome.
Your case was assigned to Mr. Freeman, Mr. Ward, so I'm gonna turn it over to him.
Okay, Mr. Ward. Tell me, what did you do to get yourself put in jail, and what have you done over the last 11 years that we should consider letting you out?
They said I had distributed 0.3 gram of crack cocaine. I take full responsibility of that I sold it. And you know what I'm saying? Over the time I've been down here, I had to wait and you know what I'm saying, for my the programs, they'll call my name to come up for the program for parenting and anger management. And I've been a parenting and you know what I'm saying, the 12 step, and I go to you know what I'm saying, NAAA every time you go. You know what I'm saying? That's on my own recalls, on recordings.
Okay. All right, so let me just get this straight so that you've changed your story from last time. Last time you were telling us you didn't have no drugs, that the informant already had them on him. So now you're saying you did have drugs and you did sell them.
I take full responsibility of it.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure. Okay. All right, Warden, what do you have to say about Mr. Ward?
Mr. Ward, Gerald transferred to Wade 9/6 of 2016. He's had a total of 6 write-ups, with the last one being March the 22nd of 21. He's not currently in any programs at this time, but he has completed Partners in Parenting, Anger, Cage Your Rage. He did reentry. All of that was in 24 and 25. He already had his GED. He does have a residence plan that he plans to go to, and for employment, he plans on drawing disability.
Okay, have y'all applied for that disability for him yet?
Have y'all applied? Not at this time, no, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Okay, Mr. Ward, I'm gonna go on. I have some questions for you, but let's go on and let Tamika. What do you want to tell us about your cousin?
But this is my cousin, and like I said, he's been gone too long from the family, and we just really want him to come on home. We are willing to do everything we can, like even help him. He ain't got job disability. I will help him get a job. We got somewhere for him to stay. We just ready for him to come home.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Ward, let's get back to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why did you lose the 90 days of good time?
That was before they flattened me out. I had 2 fights when I first came here. I came here in 16, and they I had 2 fights, and you know what I'm saying, that's why I lost my good time. And you know what I'm saying, they flattened me out, but you know what I'm saying, in 17, October 23rd, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I was just trying to figure out why you lost it. And Warden, that 1 in 21 that you mentioned, what was that for? What was that write-up for?
That was a sex offense.
That was a sex offense. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, and you do have a pretty violent criminal history. There's a manslaughter conviction on your record and a domestic violence. Medium custody. Are you still in AA and NA?
Yes, I go there every time they have it, I go there.
Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I had. Mine was basically was the fact that prior to this you admitted that you claim that you didn't do it, but at least now you are owning up to what you have done. I have no further questions.
Ms. Fowler?
What were the details of that manslaughter conviction?
The guy got shot in the leg, attempted manslaughter. He got shot in the leg. That was back in 80s, back in 80s, but I got sentenced in the 90s.
Got shot by you?
He's in the loud, you know what I'm saying, in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, and I shot him. Cause we was, you know what I'm saying, we was gambling, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, but I knew I was wrong for gambling and I knew I was wrong, you know what I'm saying, for shooting.
All right. And then when you appeared in front of the board the last time on July 2025, we told you needed to do pre-release and some substance abuse classes before returning back. I see you did the pre-release. What about what substance abuse classes have you done since July 15th?
I go to NAA every time they have it on my own.
That's not substance abuse class. Has he done anything, Warden?
It doesn't look like he's taken any additional substance abuse since the last hearing.
You want to comment on that one? You just thought AA was enough?
Yes, sir. I thought it was enough. I go every other week. Every time they have it, I go on my own.
That's my only question.
Okay, you ready to vote, Mr. Freeman?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, Mr. Ward, you were a habitual offender. I mean, you got a lot of time for 3 little baggies with 0.3 grams of cocaine. But you need substance abuse. So my vote today is going to be to grant conditional on you completing a DOC approved substance abuse treatment.
Mr. Barra?
I concur with Mr. Freeman, same reason.
Okay, and as do I. My vote today also is to grant on a conditional basis that you be released only after you complete the DOC approved substance abuse program, which is more than just the AA meetings, Mr. Ward. This is the Steve Hall program that we're talking about. So you got a little bit of work to do, and then you can go home to your family. Good luck to you.
That's my mom.
Thank you.
It's our business.